Hey, welcome to Samira. This is Python beginner tutorial. Today we will discuss data types in Python from the getting started section. Let's get started, guys. Python is a dynamically typed language. We don't have to declare the type of variable while assigning a value to a variable. So what is data type and how it is different from literal? Data types are the types of data represented by the variable, and literal is the value that is stored into the variable. There are mainly three types of numeric types in Python: int, float, complex. Int or integers are the whole numbers, and it does not limit the length of the number like other programming language. Here you can see that the value of a is 3 and the type of a is int. A float or floating point number is nothing but a number with a decimal point. As you can see here, the value of b is 3.5 and the type of b is float. A complex number can be specified by a real number and an imaginary number. Here 2 is the real number and the number with j is the imaginary number, which is 3. We will go through data types in details in the intermediate tutorial. A string is a sequence of Unicode characters. Python does not have a character data type. A single character is simply a string with a length of 1. Now write s equal to any string you want and print s and type of s. As you can see, the value of s is the string you have assigned to s and the type of s is str, which means string. We can loop through string and we can print every character in it. To do that, write for item in s print item. This will print every character in the string s. As you can see here, in each line every character has been printed. We can access every character through indexing, but we cannot change its value through indexing because it is immutable. Let's say we have to print the third character of the string. As indexing start with 0, we have to write s inside the square bracket index. Here we are using 2 as we have to print the third index. Also, if we want to substring of a particular string, we can write s start index clone end index, and this is called slicing. As you can see, mu has been printed in the console. We can use negative indexing to access an element from the end. Negative indexing start with -1, which is the index of the last element, and -2 gives the second last element. Let's see how we can concatenate two strings. Here declare two strings s1 and s2 with any string you want. Now add these two strings using plus operator and assign it to a variable s3. Now print s1, s2 and s3. As you can see that the value of s3 is the concatenation of s1 and s2. A list is an order and mutable Python container. To create a list, the elements are placed inside square brackets separated by commas. You can store elements of different data type. Now write l equal to square bracket of any element you want and print l and type of L. Here we have to miss a comma after L, and that's why it is throwing invalid syntax. As you can see that the value of L is printed in the console and the type of L is list. Now if you want to access any element or slice of elements, the process is same as string. If you want to access the fourth element, you have to write L square bracket of 3, and if you want to access a range of elements, you have to use slicing like string. Let's say you want to access the rest of the element after third element. You don't have to mention the end index here, or if you want to access up to an index, you don't have to mention the start index. You can use negative indexing to access elements from the last, just like string. If you use -1 as an index, you will get the last element. Let's check how you can add an element to a list. To add an element to a list, you can use the append method. Now write l.append and the element you want to append, and this element will be added at the end of the list. As you can see here, 33 has been added at the end of the list L. Now if you want to pop an element from the last, you can use the pop method. As you can see here, the last element has been removed. Now if you want to remove a particular element, you can write l.pop and the element you want to remove. Here the element 5 has been removed. A tuple is an ordered and immutable Python container. To create a tuple, the elements are placed inside parentheses separated by commas. You can store elements of different data type. Now write t equal to parentheses and inside any element you want and print t and type of t. As you can see that the value of t is printed in the console and type of t is the tuple. Now if you want to access any element or slice of elements, the process is the same as list. If you want to access the third element, you have to write t square bracket of 2, and if you want to access a range of elements, you have to use slicing like list. You can use negative indexing to access elements from the last, just like list. If you use -2 as an index, you will get the second last element. As I already told you that list is mutable and tuple is immutable. Now what do I mean by that? It simply means that we can assign a new value using indexing to the list, but we cannot assign a new value using indexing to the tuple. As soon as we assign a value to the tuple using indexing, it will throw a type error. Now create a list by writing L equal to square bracket of any element you want to print the third element before and after assigning a different value to it. As you can see that the value has been changed. Now do the same thing for tuple. As you can see that this is throwing a type error as tuple is immutable and tuple object does not support item assignment. A set is an unordered and mutable Python container. You can store immutable elements of different data types. If you need to declare a empty set, you cannot use empty curly bracket. You have to use the set constructor for it, and the type of empty curly bracket is dict, means dictionary. Now write s equal to curly bracket and inside any immutable element you want, and print s and type of s. As you can see that the value of s is printed in the console and the type of s is set. A set does not support indexing or slicing. As you can see that if you try to access any element using index, it will throw a type error. Now you can loop through the set s like any other container using for loop. The items of the set has been printed in the console. Mathematical set operations like union, intersection, difference can be done using set. But we will discuss this in a later video. Let's check how to add or remove an element. Now print the set before and after adding or removing an element. To add an element to the set S, you have to write s.add and the element you want to add. To remove an element from the set, you have to write s.remove and the element you want to remove. If this element does not exist, it will throw an error. But if you use discard method, it will bypass the error. Now you can see that duplicate elements cannot be added or stored in set. Dictionary is a Python data structure which stores data as key value pair. It is mutable. Up to Python 3.6, dictionary is unordered, but Python 3.7 and onward, it is ordered. It can be declared using a curly braces or dict keyword. The key in dictionary must be immutable and the value can be any data type. As you can see here, we have created a dictionary D with 2 items and we have associated 1 to A and 2 to B. Now let's print the dictionary D and the type of D. See in the terminal, the dictionary has been printed properly and the type is dict. Let's check how we can retrieve the value 1 by using the key A. Now write D and the key inside square bracket. To add a new item or associate a new value to an existing key, you can write D and the key inside square bracket and then assign the value you want. To check its value, let's print the dictionary before and after the statement. If the key C already existed in the dictionary, it will reassociate with a new value, and if not existed, it will create a new item with this key value. To delete an item, you have to write del and D and the key inside a square bracket. As you can see here, the item with the key A has been deleted. To loop through the dictionary D, you can use d.items in for loop. Here you will get the key as K and the value as V. As you can see in the terminal, the key and the value has been printed. We will discuss type conversion in Python in the next video. Happy learning, guys.